Hey folks, it's Mark and Bob with Firemount Outdoors. Thanks for joining us today.
Today we have the Ruger Mini 30.
You know, a lot of you have been watching this series. We've done some modifications with the hammer spring, and we have got it to function pretty well with most of the brass surplus. But a bunch of you guys asked, well, hey, I don't run that crap steel through my rifle. How accurate is it? Tell me how accurate it is. I want to see what it does with good ammo.
And that's why we're here today, because we're trying out brass ammo in this beautiful Ruger to test with the accuracy with Hornady, PMC, Herters. We've got American
Fiochi.
So we've got 5 different types of ammo here today.
Yep.
We're shooting for groups. What is this going to get at 100 yards?
I'm curious. Stick around. We're going to find out. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with the Fiochi ammo. This is 7.62 by 39, 124 grain, full metal jacket, 310 caliber. Got 9 rounds loaded up. For each one of the different types of ammo, I'm going to shoot 3 groups. Let the barrel cool a little bit in between the groups of 3. And then we will average them out and see which one does the best. Shooting at 100 yards, I've got a Ruger Mini 30, obviously, and on top of it is a Nikon Pro Staff 3-9. And we will let it cool for a minute.
What are your groups starting to look like?
Well, they are they're not super great. They're about what I expect. Um, they they're minute of coyote. I'm gonna shoot at the end of the lettering at the bottom of the target on the right. Still shooting at the top left target. So that was shooting the Fiochi. We had 100% function. There's no failures to fire. Functioned well, cycled well. It worked well. The groups aren't stellar, but they're definitely acceptable. We're going to let the rifle cool while we load up the next ammunition in the magazine. The next ammunition we are going to try is the Herters. This is a 123 grain soft point. I'm especially interested in this is because this would be an ammunition that you would likely use for hunting. That's a very capable 200-yard deer rifle right here. let's see how this ammo does as far as accuracy. And we're loading up. I'm going to be shooting at the middle target. Once again, I'm going to start at the center. Very, very, very different point of impact on this one. I'm not hitting the paper at 100 yards, switching from the Fiochi to the Herters. I've got a target set up at 50 yards. I'm going to readjust my zero at 50 yards for this because if the rifle, when it was sighted in for the Fiochi, shooting the Herters, it's not even on the paper. Well, that is something to be very aware of, people. So I had zeroed in before for the wolf. When I went to shoot the Fiochi, it wasn't on the paper at 100 yards. It was about, I had to go up 6 inches. Sighted in for the Fiochi, I switched to the Herters, and the Herters hit 8 inches higher than the Fiochi at 50 yards. So a huge difference in the point of aim versus point of impact. So now that I've got it zeroed in, we're going to go ahead and load it up, and we're going to be shooting at that middle target. So I hit a little high and right on that. I could see 2 rounds on paper, not sure where the other one went, if it went in the first hole or off the paper. I'm going to shoot at the logo on the bottom of the target. And for our last group, I am going to aim for the bottom, the intersection of the center board and the bottom of the target. All right, we're going to let the barrel cool and switch ammo. This is the PMC Bronze. This is a 123 grain full metal jacket. It's kind of interesting. The brass is annealed on that. We're going to shoot at the top right target at 100 yards. First shooting at the center of the target. All right, I can see that out of those 3 rounds, one was left about 4 inches and about 2 inches low. The other one was right about 2 inches and an inch low. And the other one was just an inch to the left or to the right of the center, which is kind of all over the board, makes it hard for me to pick another spot on the target for a
I vote for going back to center of mass.
point of impact. I'm going to actually go, there's a logo on the top. I'm going to shoot for the R in targets under the easy to see, the TARG, so the third one in. And there is no telling where those went. They didn't hold the trend of staying low like the other ones, I don't believe. So I'm going to take your suggestion, Bob. Since I have the other three accounted for, I'm going to put 3 more in the center of the target.
Now, watching your brass, I can see the brass is all over the place, so I know your impact's probably all over the place.
Well,
as
that last one is kind of a descending vertical string where I was high and right, and then a little less high and a little less right, and then just above the bullseye. So that is the PMC. Once again, we had 100% function. We haven't had any failures to fire like we experienced with the steel case. They all went bang. Not super impressed at all with those groups out of the PMC. We're going to let the rifle cool, and we're going to load up some American Eagle. All right, so we verified the 0 on the American Eagle. It's hitting right where the last ammo was. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot at the bottom left target. Once again, shooting for center of mass, center of the target. Going to get a group shooting the American Eagle. I'm going hot. I'm going to put my bullet drop compensating bubble right on the center of the target, which is going to move my point of aim a couple inches higher. I shoot for the E and easy to see target logo line on the bottom. So once again, we had 100% function, no failures to fire using the brass cased ammo. That was the American Eagle. Gonna let it cool, and I have high hopes for the Zombie Max, which is the next ammo we're gonna use, mainly because it was expensive. We'll go with the theory that a lot of people seem to have, that if you spend more, obviously it's got to be better. So spending the mostest must be the bestest. But I do know that I like the Hornady bullets and their performance, so I have high hopes for this. I'm gonna load it up, let her cool down. All right, we have set up for 100 yards. We'll be shooting at the bottom right target. Once again, the first group, I am going to shoot for the middle of the target, and then we will determine the point of aim for the other groups based on that. Bob,
Sir,
I'm impressed.
really?
Yeah, so we have a 3-shot group. It's high and right, but we have a 3-shot group that is right at about an inch. I'm excited about that.
Wow.
So this was the most expensive ammo. I've always had good luck, really good luck with the Hornady ammo. It's like an inch-and-a-half group. So that was the first shot, and that was hunting ammo. So that simulated what we could expect. 3 shots from a cold bore at a buck, that is huge for me.
That's a dead deer.
We're gonna get another 3-shot group. I'm shooting at the logo at the bottom left of the target. You know, that opened up just a little bit more, but that is a nice group. It opened up to about an inch-and-a-half or 2 inches, but they're all right in there. That is nice. I think I like that too. Wow. That's I'm kind of excited about that. Well, Bob, that was a very fascinating test. I'm actually super excited with our end result. The very last one that we did was the Hornady Z-Max, the zombie ammo. That made this a viable 200-yard deer rifle.
Yeah, the others, I would not take a shot at a deer with the other brands of ammo that we had here today. The American Eagle at a buck around was especially disappointing.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that. That's one of the key takeaways here. First, big takeaway, we had 100% function with all of the brass ammo.
Yes.
So that gives validation to the fact that, hey, these run great with brass ammo. If you want to pay brass ammo prices, you buy reliability.
Right.
We improved our reliability on the other stuff with the addition of the hammer spring, but it's a reliable firearm with brass ammo.
Yeah.
Just it went bang every time we pulled the trigger. So if you have a Mini 30 and you want it to go bang, all of these brands went bang 100% of the time. Now, we did have an extra power spring that we previously added in there, but it was 100% reliable.
Right.
We learned that paying more for a brass case ammo doesn't necessarily get you better groups. And we also learned that you're likely going to have to do the exact same thing that we did, because your rifle may not like the zombie, it may like the other stuff.
And you also had to re-zero with every brand.
Huge. That's huge. Because if you're going to go take off on a hunting trip and you're out of your favorite ammo, you cannot just stop by the store and pick up a different brand of 7.62 by 39 ammo and expect it to perform the same. Because we saw like 6 and 8 inch differences at 50 yards. So if you're going to take a shot at that buck at 100 yards and you picked up some other brand and thinking they're interchangeable, wrong. Huge difference. So if you are going to take your Mini 30 deer hunting, or if you're going to use it for defense, you have to do what we just did right here. And you have to go ahead and invest the money like we did. Take the shots, take the groups, figure out what yours does. Now, I'm glad to know that it likes this zombie max. Now, I don't know how long the zombie fad is still going to be around or if this stuff's going to be there, but I plan on picking up some more of this. And this wasn't the most expensive ammo like I thought it was. This was actually only like 16 bucks a box, so it's less than a buck a round. I plan on getting some more of this the next time I'm at Cabela's because I know that this rifle loves it.
Yeah, you could get a humane kill with this. You could shoot a coyote with that.
I could shoot a zombie.
Bigly thing right there.
Yeah, so that's the combination. And I hope that this was insightful for you guys, people that have been following the Ruger Mini 30 build and what we've been doing with it. It validates that it can be accurate with the right ammo. We found the right ammo for ours. If you're going to be experimenting with a different ammo, just be aware that your point of impacts are going to change significantly. So you're probably going to want to re-zero at 50 yards before you start throwing lead at 100 and it's not even on the paper, because that's a definite possibility.
Right. Cost of ammo doesn't mean better accuracy.
That's true. So, hey folks, you can't take back a bullet and you never ever want to wish you could. So always follow the 4 basic safety rules when handling firearms.
Like and subscribe. Stay safe. Shoot straight. Perhaps we'll catch you on the firing line.
Thanks for watching.